Hey, we're here finally. That was rough. I wiped on my computer last week, so didn't have everything set up. Right away, somebody said congratulations on 16 subs. Thank you for that. Yeah, we hit 16,000 subs. I was ready to announce 15,000 yesterday, and we hit 16,000 between yesterday and today. So the pace is picking up. People are becoming aware of the game, and you guys are doing a great job of doing that. If you haven't already, wish list the game. Tell your friends about it. It's the most important thing you can do right now. We actually really need your support more than ever right now. So thank you. So it's good seeing everybody. I'm gonna crack a Coke. I'm drinking the gold Coke today. Oh, look, it's like it's like it was deliberately taken out. We're at 55,000 wish lists at this point. We're pushing to 100,000. You're doing a great job. If you haven't already, wish list the game. We'll cover all the regular stuff here. Somebody's saying they don't have a picture on Twitch. That's a little disturbing. I had to reset up a lot of stuff right now. So looks like, okay, I'm looking at the YouTube monitor and we're doing good. And hello, TikTok. We're doing. So the first question on TikTok is, are we planning an Xbox release? Which is a good segue into what's been going on this week. Let me get you, let's get the thing up here. So, yes, we would like to do an Xbox release, and the majority of the time that I spent last week was preparing the Xbox submission. There's like a multi-step process that you have to do to get onto the Xbox, and the first part requires like a lot of assets and information about the game. They actually want a special trailer done just for them, so that's one of the things that we have to put together. But we, if you hadn't seen, we revamped our website this week. digitaldnagames.com, and we're getting ready for the Xbox submission. So the first step in that process is just letting them know about the concept, and they can either accept or deny your application for the concept in general. And then if there is an acceptance, then there's several other processes that go into place. Somebody's saying that they can't see me on Twitch. This is interesting because I feel like I'm using a service to go through to Twitch. So if that's true, then I'm not exactly sure. What's going on there? I'll have to check into that. Could be that the service isn't going directly to Twitch yet. Anyways, part of the somebody asking here about Game Pass. Part of that application process is to apply for Game Pass. So I'm learning a lot. I haven't done an Xbox application in a very long time, and I've never shipped through that system before. So I'm learning a lot as we go. I'm going to do the application for Game Pass and see what comes out of it. So, cool. So yeah, there was a lot of work into that. Like we had to sort of I had to put the websites together. There's a special video I need to make from them. So my time this week was majority of spent on that, and a lot of the stuff we have done isn't really highly visible. I'm actually kind of concerned about the. So I'm streaming at a higher resolution right now, and I'm wondering if that is what's screwing up Twitch. Can everybody see me on YouTube? So we're going to go through our normal stuff here. And then we will we're going to do a multiplayer game with the team. At the end of the stream here. So hopefully that'll all go good. Okay, Facebook is fine. YouTube is fine. Definitely a Twitch thing. I'll have to look into that. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix this right now while we're on the stream. So if you're on Twitch, come over to YouTube. Digital DNA Games. Digital DNA Games is the YouTube, so you can come over to. So let's. I just want to do the plugs here before we get started. Let's see. CastleMinerZ.com. Wishlist the game. I'm going to make sure that these are in the. I'm going to pin these up to the conversations here. So we can all be looking at the same thing. It's sort of like a presentation at school. CastleMinerZ.com. Lots of important things here. First of all, you can see screenshots. We've updated this recently. You can see screenshots from the game. But the most important thing is the Steam wish list. This is telling us and the rest of the world that the game is that you want to play the game, right? So now as we're going through the Xbox submission process, this is where it really counts. And I know it seems counterintuitive to you if you're a PC Xbox game player, like why do you care about Steam? Like I don't even care, like just bring it to Xbox. But you realize that this is one of the metrics that Microsoft will use to decide if the game should be on the Xbox or not. For example, if the game was highly wishlisted on Steam, they might make a better deal for us. So add to your wish list. Please go to CastleMinerZ.com. The button's right there to wishlist the game. Next thing is beta players. People are, they want to beta play. The beta is going to be coming up soon. Click beta sign up. This is very important now. We are on the fringe of launching our Kickstarter. We opened this Kickstarter up years ago. Has not launched yet. You can notify to launch. The success of our Kickstarter will really determine what the game ends up being like. So if you're going to back us, I appreciate that. You can go to the notify on launch. I'm going to throw this into the chat right here. Probably in the next week or so that this is going to go up. When it goes up, it is so important that we make it through this. What ends up happening is that the funding that comes in through Kickstarter is like other funding is contingent on that. So they'll say like other places are like, we'll give you funding if your Kickstarter goes through. Like nobody wants to be the only one. So get ready for this. And you can do that by, I'm going to throw this link in the chat and I'm going to pin it because this is so important that you should go here and go to the Kickstarter and click the to notify me on launch. And when the Kickstarter launches, again, we appreciate any donations that you can give. When the Kickstarter launch, we approach you anything that you can give, but let people know about it. Like pass this around. This is very, very impossible. If they're very, very possible, and we want to make sure that that we get through this. This will make the biggest deal ever for what the game ends up looking like. So if we have to make the game completely unfunded, we will finish the game at this point, but it will be a different game than if we get the Kickstarter funding and all this sort of avalanche funding that comes in after that as a result of it. So right now, notify me on launch. Make sure I'm going to throw this into TikTok chat too. So very important. The next couple weeks here are like very, very important for us. They will determine whether the game will be on the Xbox, and they'll determine what the game will end up looking like. So if there was a time to support or get the word out, this is the time to do it. Okay, so we got that. So this is good. So let's. There's a lot of people. Every time that I do this, I'm always surprised by the amount of people on TikTok that come in here and have never heard of this at all, which is great because it means that we're like getting the word out. So let me launch the game here. And at least while I'm playing the game, I can answer some of your questions. And I had a whole bunch of technical problems right before the stream, so I'm really hoping this starts up. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to start a single player game and walk around here. So if you're new to this, you probably hopefully have heard of CastleMiner Z before. We're remaking it. And it's coming out pretty good. Some of the last streams we were working on the archers, and we got the archers, the bows to be lit up at the right time period. So and all of the sort of little effects. There was a streak that was going on while these guys were shooting before, and we fixed all of that too. So they're kind of dialed in pretty perfect right now. And you'll see this guy as he shoots, they draw from their quiver, and the arrow lights as it draws from the quiver. These are really cool. I also put the flicker lights in that we did for the torch, so if you put them in a dark place, they end up looking really cool. Okay, that's not cool. But let's find a dark cave for these guys to be in. And it looks like that didn't make it into this build. Interesting. That was one of the most recent changes that I made to it. I'll have to check into that. Yeah, the torches have this flicker effect on them. You can see how we did this in one of the streams where if you look at the edges of things here, you can see how the torches, I had put that effect on the Skeleton Archer 2, but I don't think a build has gone up yet into Steam, but that's good. Anyways, they look scary. This is what I was going for when I wanted to get this good underlit view of them. So if you ran into them, you know, they would kind of just be lit by their own torch. The flickering adds a little bit to it, but it's good. I mean, it's like it's a cool effect, and the arrow, it's pretty scary. Like if you ran into these guys in the dark, you'd be pretty scared. Pretty cool. Okay, let me field some questions here as we go and do this. I'm gonna go back. Oh, thank you so much for the donations. You should add flashlights at some point. That's something that we've thought about. So thank you for that. Okay. One of the questions I hear is, somebody says here, so the ray tracing is going to make it so there's needed specs that are way higher to run the game. So the game relies on ray tracing for its lighting. This was a deliberate decision that we made. We hope that the game will be successful and we'll be updating it for a long time. So we wanted to make sure that we shot for a platform, technology target that would carry us through the future. Unreal has fallbacks for this stuff. I don't know what they look like. We haven't tried them out yet. I know that the game will look significantly different without ray tracing, but I don't know what exactly it'll look like. So I think it's really unlikely that you'll be required to have ray tracing for the game. But it's definitely going to be something like, if you want to get the game to look the way that was intended to look, I think that it's going to be it's definitely going to be something that you want. Let me get out of here. I can change the weather up a little. It's going to drive me nuts. In fact, let's not pick weather that has sound. Kind of cool to see the different weather events in it. So yeah, the ray tracing question is one that comes up a lot. I can explain this in more detail. There's these type of games. There's a build lighting system that's expensive to you to do, but ray tracing essentially does the same that for you in a better way. So we're leaning on the ray tracing, which actually makes things look better, and okay. Somebody's asking here about crossplay. I wish I knew. I don't really understand what it takes to do crossplay. If it's anything I said about it, I would be speaking out of turn for. It'd be great if we could support it. Somebody's asking if I got a new PC. I didn't get a new PC. I just had a problem, and I wiped down my PC. I did a restart. I think a lot of it had to do with building the original CastleMiner game. We did an update of CastleMiner Z original 1.99. And installing all the software that I needed to install to get the update to build was kind of jacked my computer. So I had to start fresh. How large is the current team working on the project? There are 4 of us. We're all AAA game developers that are old. And we've been doing this for a really, really long time. So and we all have different expertise. So there's nobody that I would rather be working with than these people. I always say we're like the Navy SEALs of game development. Let me keep going through the questions here. There was a lot coming up, and I'm afraid if I missed them because there was a lot. We got kind of blasted with questions in the beginning. Crossplay, and there's some questions here about the Kickstarter. Somebody asked here what the goal of the Kickstarter is going to be. I'm not 100% sure yet, and I don't want to announce it until I am. Okay, let me get through these. Yeah, are we still here? No. Is there still rain? Rain noises? Well, this is creepy. I haven't been in the night, in the fog, in the night. This is interesting. Is there a date for the beta? No. We're working as fast as we can, but I don't have a date for that. Is there new armor? We probably will not ship with armor, I think, but it's something I'd definitely like to do. I'd like to do a lot with the stuff that you're wearing. Let me throw a torch down so it's not so Oops, there was a zombie. On accident, I spawned a zombie. It's actually kind of a cool... It's kind of a cool... I don't know where he went. That was weird. Kind of a cool look, the fog in the night. Let's get away from these guys. We were in our meeting today. One of the things we're talking about putting in the short term is crafting. Our crafting stuff is not in here yet, so I think these guys' eyes need to be tuned down a little bit. Let's make it a little brighter. Oh, this is a sandstorm. This is not fog. Somebody's asking me how many weapons are there. We don't have a lot of weapons in the game yet because we're still making it. But there'll be at least the amount of weapons that were in the original game. Somebody's asking what the current FPS is right now. That's a good question. I'm actually pretty good at, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm pretty good at judging frame rate with my eyes. I found that through working with people in the industry over the years, some people are really good at judging frame rate and some people aren't. I do have the ability to do that. We're definitely in excess of 30, probably, possibly pushing against the monitor at 60 right now. There's no frame issues right now, but I don't know. I don't think I can pull up the console stuff. I'm playing the Steam build right now. I don't think I can pull up the console stuff. Okay, will we add achievements to the game? Yes, definitely. More building blocks. There is actually already several new building blocks. Look, the snow here is building up. The snow is building up on the ground here. You can stay in an area that gets less snow. And we'll watch it melt. Okay. And as we do this, is such an uninteresting. I always like this sandbar between these two places, but it's kind of an uninteresting place to look at. So let's fly over and get out of here. It's definitely an issue with the sound here. Let me just drop the desktop sound out completely. Is that better? Yeah, we're flying around the lagoon here. This will start to look more familiar in a second. Oh, that's a really interesting formation. This is kind of a good place. We'll sit up here and we will watch the sun as it goes down. Okay. Somebody's asking here, out of curiosity, do you play any other games when you're not working on the projects? I've been too busy to play any other games right now. Typically, I like military shooters. I'm a big fan of the Battlefield series. I did a stream of Battlefield here when we just a few weeks ago when the beta was running. I don't play as many games as I used to play. I'm trying to remember when I did. There was a lot of, I played a lot of like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Call of Duty Zombies. Yeah. Somebody's saying here that we got DLS running, no scaling, streaming on 3 services, pulling 60 frames a second at a time. Yeah, it's the game is not. There's this strange. I don't understand it. There's this strange opinion that people have about Unreal Engine that it runs crappy, and we've found almost the exact opposite. There really is only 2 options these days. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. You should add furniture and crafting to the game. Is definitely something we will consider. Furniture crafting. There's this opinion about Unreal Engine that it's not performant, and it's almost like the exact opposite. We made a bunch of games. There's really only 2 options. You have Unity and you have Unreal Engine are the only 2 real options. We did a lot of big games in Unity, and we had a lot of performance problems with Unity. Unreal Engine, you can write everything in C++, which is like super fast. So like it hasn't really been, performance really hasn't been an issue at all. We were always sort of battling performance in Unity because it was, I actually like, Unity was much easier to develop in. Unity is all managed code in C#, and it makes programming for it really a joy. And the way it's structured in a way where it's very easy to program things, but it's kind of hard to extend, like you get into technical details here, but there's the rendering pipeline is sort of outdated. There's the high definition one, which you're really not supposed to use, and it was sort of hard to get things working there, and it was definitely hard to like get a game that like shipped and worked. The last game we did was Death Toll, which looked good, but it would have looked way better if we would have done it in Unreal Engine. So I don't really know why people say this. Like, we're not having any performance issues at all here, and you're right. As I'm playing this, I'm also streaming, so it's so let me check out the questions here. Let me make sure I'm paying attention to TikTok. People send a lot of gifts on TikTok. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Everyone say, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? We are hoping that it comes out by the end of the year. I think it might be a little bit longer. Are there any plans for more bosses? Yes, definitely. Oh, somebody's saying that I thought I put the Kickstarter link in the TikTok chat here. I'll just throw it in there again, just for kicks. Yeah, definitely. Let's get ready to support the Kickstarter. Somebody says, I like this comment. Somebody says here, is it true to the OG and adds to it, or is it very different? No, it is very true to the OG. This is one of the big things that I've been insisting on through the whole game, is that the game has to essentially be the original game with stuff added to it. We talked about doing a sequel that was like way, way different. And I've thought about this a lot over the years, but I'm trying to really honor the memories and the nostalgia that people have for the game. So, yes, it is very, you could see it's very, very close to the original game. In fact, our original thing was to port over the original world builder. The worlds are much bigger now. They're much deeper than before. So, yeah, you'll definitely feel like you're playing a amped up modern version of CastleMiner. A lot of additions, though. I mean, this area, if you don't remember, there was no water in the original CastleMiner, but this has both the original, like, CastleMiner reflective water and the CastleMiner Warfare flowing water. So, super cool. And I am totally lost here in my... Somebody said they went out and bought the original 4-pack. I appreciate that. All of this goes into, you know, all of that goes into, excuse me, all of that goes into the new game. So, like any that is a great way to support us by buying the original game. We're in the desert here. Oh, what I'm seeing, it's a weird formation. Oh, that's natural. Wow. I think I took the, we had a bunch of castles out in the desert, and I think I removed a whole bunch of them. But we should still see pyramids. Oops. Just trying to make the sun come up. Here we go. And one of the things that we added here, this one actually has a hole down to the bottom of the cave here. There's these tombs that we put underground, these labyrinths, and this is something that's going to make a addition into the game. Ones are very, oh, that's the stairway. Okay. Very oddly shaped. But these, I joke that these are like the back rooms. They just go on forever. And we did this in some of the, if you watch some of the older streams, you can, you know, go with us putting this together step by step. Somebody's asking about new creatures. Like currently there is not, but it definitely is planned. But here we're in these. Let me make sure I'm getting to all the chats. Somebody again is asking, there's a lot of concern about this. Somebody's asking here what the minimum GPU requirement is. I think you're going to have a best experience with a GPU that supports RTX. And I think that's, I looked this up and I think it's like I should actually, you know what? I should verify that specifically. I think it's a 3000 series, like a 30 series, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Let me figure out that. So yeah, it looks like a 30 series, RTX 30 series is the lowest one, that 3060, I think. I think the game will still run with without that, but I haven't looked at the fallbacks yet. It's usually one of the last things you do when you make a game. You sort of target something. Somebody's saying here the 20 series supports RTX too, and that actually could be. So what you typically do when you're making a game is you kind of have like a target that you're going for, and you build everything for that target, and then you back off and, you know, build experiences all the way down the branch. Luckily, Unreal handles this really well for us, but I don't yet know what it looks like, and we haven't done that work yet. Let me see here. There's a lot of technical questions here that I really actually don't have the answers to. People are asking things like how many players are going to be in a server, or like what the render distance is, and I just like I don't have that any information, and anything I told you would probably change by the end of the project. Any chance of a beta? Yes, if you go to CastleMinerZ.com, you can sign up to be a beta player. We are picking out of the list of people that signed up. Okay, there's a lot of different questions. Yeah, how many? Yeah, people are asking how many players could be in a world. I don't like. I actually don't know what it's set for right now. And it would probably change by the end of the project anyways. Oh, we could throw a little dynamite in here. Whoa, that's totally a bug. That's funny. I've not seen that one happen yet. One of the things we like to do on the multiplayer games is to stand around and throw dynamite in a hole. So it's cool. We put a lot of these effects together on the streams. Sorry, it's like so fascinating for me to. And we could do a little exploring here with our glow sticks. Try to find a deeper. Wow, we definitely have some physics issues going on today. Like that glow stick passed right through the world. It's cool to watch them sort of bounce down and around things. Will we be implementing an inventory system? Yes, obviously. It'll work probably very similar to the old game. Somebody's saying here that you have an RTX 5080. Like, yeah, that's a much better video card than I'm using right now. So, yeah, you will definitely be fine. Somebody here is talking about an Avatar Warfare remaster. I think Laser Wars seems to be the one that's requested the most. I could imagine doing a Laser Wars reboot. I got 15 minutes here before I have to join the multiplayer stream. One of the things I wanted to point out was, let's just exit here for a second, is that there's a couple things. One of them is that I'm wearing a CastleMiner Z t-shirt. If you go to the merch tab on CastleMiner Z, you can get your t-shirt here. I brought the Z t-shirt back. People were asking for that. I should do the baseball tee one. That was I think the Z looks best on that one. I gotta say, it's running into fall right now. The hoodies are really awesome. Like they're embroidered. It's not just like a decal or like embroidered. Like if you wanted a really nice high quality piece of swag, I could recommend that. all the proceeds go towards the development of the game. So if you want to contribute somehow, there's a great way to do it. You get to contribute financially to the game, and you get to wear a piece of advertising around for us. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. I want to support. One of the other things that you can do here is I put the link in the chat. This is the voxel editor. We were looking for, there's another way that you can contribute to the game is that you can go and make things for the game for us inside of this voxel editor. It works inside your browser. You don't need the extra software right now. I need to update the website to reflect. This is another build here by Luke Shoot. We seem to get a lot of them. Thank you, Luke, for doing this. This is a chained island, which I thought was kind of cool. Be really cool to see this in the game. But the voxel editor is really cool. It's got the ability to switch from day to night. It's at CastleMinerZ.com/VED. The materials are looking good. I know that one of our developers has been putting a lot of work into this. And if you go to our Discord channel, we will put out requests for different builds that we want done. And, this stuff may actually make it into the game. So yeah, this is a cool tool. You can, I know the thing that we put out last week is we're looking for a lair for the dragon. So we want a place where the dragons will live, that you'll encounter usually in a mountain or underground. So it's got to be a big space, a big open space that a dragon could live in. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Shut up and take my money. I would say shut up and take my game. I appreciate that. I would, as a game developer, we said this over and over again, I have an unbelievable amount of gratitude towards the fans that have supported us over the years. And the biggest thing that you want, the biggest thing that you want as a game developer is people to play your games and like them. So it's super rewarding, and you guys have made life-changing sort of things for all of us. You've all changed the course of all of our lives by supporting us. So I can't possibly appreciate this more. I was just thinking about this today. Is that the idea that everybody played the game when they were young, and they're coming back now. And I think that everybody on the team sort of needs this to work. I mean, I won't go down everybody's stories, but everybody really, really needs this to work. And it's this amazing, what's the old Christmas movie? It's a Wonderful Life thing where it's all the fans have come back in this time where, we've needed them and supported us like this. So I can't say it enough. I'm so grateful and thankful for the fact that all of you are here and you're interested in the game and you're supporting us in any way you can, whether it's just following us on our YouTube page or financially supporting us. You're making this possible. And we're trying really hard to give you the best game that we possibly can. Everybody has all the stops pulled out. I'm now, working 7 days a week, all day, all night, trying to put this together for you. So, again, thank you for everybody for doing this. We appreciate you so much. Let me, just so I have something interesting on the screen here, let me relaunch the game. And we're about 10 minutes out from doing our network test. And the guys will be hopefully waiting for me when we join the network game. Let's explore the caves a little bit. Oh, here's an oasis. This is a new feature in the desert here. This is actually a pretty big one. It's pretty nice. We did a couple streams where we put these things together. typically fly. Oops. That's actually, I think I wanted the partly cloudy. Yeah. I always think the desert looks nice at the during the sunsets. We always I'll let that run down naturally. Yeah, there's a lot of people here expressing love for the game. I can't say I appreciate this so much. Like, you literally have changed all of our lives. I mean, working in the AAA game industry kind of sucks. You don't really get to do much creative stuff. You get to got to do your job and do your little piece of the game. And as far as the tech industry goes, it's probably not. There we saw the sunset there. It's not the greatest place to be, but the fact that we've been able to do this for you directly is such a big deal to us. Let me see if there's any questions here. We're going to do... Somebody's asking, are you a game developer? Yes, I am a game developer. I started making games. I'm 50 years old, so let's start with that. I just turned 50 years old in July. I started making games when I was 5 years old, and I started working for the AAA industry when I was 21. So, I mean, I guess technically you could say it's like 45 years of game development and then another 30 years or so working in the AAA industry. So yeah, I am a gamer, and my name is Thomas Stone, Digital DNA Games, and we made CastleMiner Z. So yeah, we are the it's cool when you've been in the game industry for that long. I think it's a really fortunate time span in history to live through. I feel like unbelievably, like, it's so weird and lucky that I did this, that I got to see the very beginning of the game industry all the way up until now. Like, when I was born in 1975, and there were not even like really good computers back then. I had one of the earliest computers, and and I started making games immediately. My father was an electrical engineer, and a lot of his friends worked in the arcade industry in the 1980s, and he taught me how to program when I was 5 years old, and I immediately started making games. I just continued doing it for my whole life, and I haven't really ever done anything else besides that. Like, I got out of college in the 90s and went directly into the game industry, started working for Microsoft Game Studios for a while, worked for the Mortal Kombat guys at Studio Gigante. That was cool. And then started the company in 2009, and we've kind of done this ever since. So 2009, it's about 15 years, something like that. Definitely the work at Digital DNA Games was the most rewarding work that I have done. It was really great to make games directly for consumers, like interfacing with people directly and making the games that I wanted to make and that they wanted to make directly without anybody telling me what I could or couldn't make. So the other guys on the team have similar stories. Like, they're all I think I'm actually the youngest guy. I think I might be the youngest. No, Duncan is slightly younger. His birthday is 1 month away from mine. But everybody's been working in the game industry their whole life. So they're really great guys. They've are just amazing. Like, you can't buy this sort of veteran experience somewhere. Like, that's like the experience you get from people who have practiced a craft with love for their whole life. Working on something is amazing. You guys are really lucky to have this group of people putting this game together, because it's people that are really, really good at making it. Thank you so much for the donation. Love the passion and energy you put into the game. Can't wait to play your game. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. The donations here are actually very, very helpful to us. We're all doing this. Nobody has a full-time job anymore. So we're all doing this full-time, and with the hope that you guys will be there for us at the end. And so part of it, the problem is just, us hoping that this is successful. And the other part is we need to fund the game somehow. The more we're very good at doing a lot with a little, but the little we have right now is like very, very little. So any donations that you give us are very, end up being very meaningful contributions to the game. They actually do a lot of stuff for us. Somebody says, I hope it gets big enough where Microsoft pays your whole team retirement for the company. I hope so too. I think that like all of us are, sort of at the end of our careers. We've also all have worked for Microsoft in the past too. So the irony of getting Microsoft, making the game through Microsoft is pretty cool. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think we've all been fired from Microsoft. I was fired from Microsoft twice. I think everybody has laid off, not fired. Not like I didn't do anything to get fired, but we've all been laid off from Microsoft in the past. We worked at Microsoft together at different times in our life. Somebody's asking about oceans. Oceans are actually something that I want to put in. I've kind of held off on doing world changes until we sort of get everything stabilized. If you weren't following the things, we have networking working, which is such a big deal. We thought that networking was going to take us like a really, really long time. And John, our chief engineer, is just like, he's put this together and it just worked right out of the box. And that's something that's a good example of experience, right? Where John just went away for it was maybe 2 months, put the networking together, and it just worked perfectly when it started up. And it's like unheard of. Like nothing ever works like that. Usually stuff comes up and it's all broken and you kind of fix it. But that is just a testament to raw experience. Thank you so much for the donation. Anything to help wishlist it more? Yes, that's the one thing I have to say is wishlist the game. Go to CastleMinerZ.com and hit the wishlist. I said this earlier in the stream, is that this, especially now this week as we're doing the Xbox submissions, this is the best way that you can support us and let everybody know, let Microsoft know that people are interested in it. What you really want, I'll be honest with you, what you really want is you want these people competing over you. So what you want is to get a lot of Steam wish lists, and then Microsoft is wait a second, well, we want that game, and then they give you a better deal, and then there's you want that energy there. So I know that people are either PC or console players, and then they get they feel strongly about that, but if it's more popular in one place, it's so much easier for us to get it to another place. And I've said this in the other streams before, is that the world works the opposite way that it did when we made the game originally. So when the game originally came out, XBLIG was a completely open, uncurated system. So we could make a game for free on Xbox without any sort of asking anyone's permission. And then at that time period, Steam was curated. So you had to actually ask Steam's permission to play the game, to put a game on their system, and they said no to us twice actually. Now the world is completely the opposite. Steam is completely uncurated. You can just put anything you want up on Steam, but Xbox makes you go through a process. So we have to do it in that order. Somebody's asking here, I'm going to have to join the network game with these guys, but somebody's asking about how we assign the wish list thing. So you sign up for a wish list, or I'm sorry, the betas. You sign up for the betas on our website. You give us your email address. And when the beta is ready, we'll start rolling out beta things, typically on a first come, first serve basis, but we also will prioritize people who have financially contributed to the game. Somebody's asking here if there'll still be an Orland. Yes, there is. The Orland is still there. I'm going to connect to the call with the guys here. Let me. I'm a little bit worried about how this is going to work. We've never done a quick transition over like this, and I'm going to join into the game. Let me bring. Join the call. Okay, everybody's here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we got the whole team on the thing. Controller support at launch, probably yes. And I'm gonna join the game. Here we go. And it's nighttime, but I see a flying robot in front of me, and that's a good sign.
We're down at Duncan. Oh, he just joined.
Yep, I'm here.
You can hear the other guys, right? I'm just as a new. My setup here is new.
I'm not sure.
Let me do this. I can do this. Can everybody hear? Everybody out there, can you hear the other people on the stream? I think it. Yeah, I think.
Check 1, 2. Check.
Yeah, I think we got it.
There
Okay.
we go.
Cool.
Good.
You know, I just I was looking at the archers, and the last change I put in wasn't in here. And I'm just wondering if we haven't done a build in a while, or I didn't check in.
Oh, shit. Sorry. You're probably right. It probably doesn't have the...
It's an older build. That's fine. As long as it's like I was more worried about not being able to, that maybe I hadn't checked in the stuff, and then I wiped my computer down. And
I've been putting the change list numbers in as...
yeah, as the version numbers. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
We should probably put that on the screen.
Yeah. I just haven't gotten to that. That's... I got like 2 pages worth of stuff like to do immediately. That's one of them.
Yeah. Yes, it's good. I mean, it's just amazing that I really thought there'd be a month or two of finding network problems, and I'm just shocked that like this is working so good. Somebody's asking where the cool bearded artist is. These guys can't read the chat. Yeah. Aren't you missing a team member? No, we got all 4 in here. 1, 2, 3.
I'm over here.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
No, we got 4. We're running, 4 high. Well, I'm wondering if there's any background lore to the world. Yeah, we've been working on that. Finding notes or computer terminals, something that gives hints to what happened to the world. It's an interesting idea. I like that.
I'm gonna go check out.
I'm gonna test one of the bugs I fixed here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spawn a zombie, and then I'm gonna warp away. The zombie should like idle for a few seconds, and then it should give up.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. I gotta do this. I gotta press a bunch of keys here. Okay. Gosh darn it, I did it wrong. Did he give up?
Mm-hmm.
He came halfway out of the ground, got angry, and then disappeared.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I did it wrong. No, I didn't trigger the bug.
Somebody's asking what the wish list count is up to. I checked it we were 55, a little over 55,000 this morning. Will there be character customization? Probably not when we ship, but eventually. The characters won't look like this. This is all stand-in. Although I kind of like the robots. I gotta be. I was doing branding stuff all week, and it's like
You got to pay extra if you want it to look like this.
Yeah, it should be like some sort of unlock.
I'm just going to say it's going to be Darth Vader in a top hat. So
I always wanted to make it so if I came into the game, I was the original robot. I have the model of the Dana.
Is that her name now?
I guess so.
Dana Bot.
I'm going to assume that zombie, the second zombie, disappeared.
We were totally not paying attention.
I didn't see it.
It would
Zombie.
still be floating there for you guys.
No, there's no
I
zombie.
didn't see anything. No, there is.
So we should do that thing we did last time where we all spawned sort of a ton of zombies.
In different places or the same place?
Let's try each going like a little ways away down an axis and spawning a bunch and then having them try to follow us back.
I'll go east.
I'll
Thank
go
you so
south.
much for the donation. I'd love to see a documentary on the process of the remaster.
You're watching it.
Yeah, yeah, it's raw. Somebody's saying here they're missing the marquee. Yeah, we're not. They're talking about the yellow line around the block. Yeah, we haven't put the marquee in. Typically, John was saying this last time, is that typically when you make a game, you start with the hard things and you work back to the easy stuff. So, if you run into problems with the hard stuff, then you haven't done a bunch of things that you have to undo. So, that's what we've been doing. We've been, clicking off the difficult things. And I would say that by far networking is the most difficult thing to tackle.
Are you ready to spawn stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did already.
Yeah, I have been too.
Okay.
I'm leading them back now.
I actually have to lead them back, though, right? I can't. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you have to lead it back.
If you go too far away, they'll just give up.
Okay.
And they might give up just on time.
One of the sounds they make when they spawn reminds me so much of the arc file from Doom.
People have said that before. I've never actually investigated it. There are a
When I
lot of these
first
sounds.
started, I
There's
actually
a
thought that
there's a
we
very
ripped it off. But then I listened to it closely and I realized it's not the same sound. It just reminds me of it.
yeah. It's we didn't rip anything off. There was I think there is a very, very popular set of sound effects that are used in Hollywood
Yeah.
that kind of everybody
Yeah.
uses, and I think it's not uncommon for people to have sounds that come
Foley,
from that
these
library.
sounds. I still got my zombies following me. Not all of them.
I lost mine, but I think they timed out.
I think I. Wow, they're thinning out right in front of me. Yeah, they're time based.
They
I'm not
did.
gonna-
Yeah, if they don't get to you within some time, the strategy is if they don't get to you, they're going to give up, so they free up a quote slot unquote for another enemy to spawn, and hopefully that one will be able to get to you. I only had one skeleton that made it back.
Okay, I'm at the tower and I got zombies coming with me.
Somebody here is saying this is an interesting comment. They're saying that they'd love to hear a recreated high quality version of the zombie sounds. The other comment that I get constantly is everybody wants the same sounds as the beginning. But making sound effects is, I see them all. It's hilarious. They're all jumping over you. Making sound effects is funny. The people that do this professionally have big studios and they, do a lot of really cool I'm seeing dots out in the distance.
Dots?
Yeah, like that are in the.
Oh, like little voxels out there?
Yeah. Are those
Yeah, I see
torches?
those too. I see those too.
Like
I don't
they're
think
like
so. I think they're
little.
just
Where are you? Where
random
are you?
rogue
Which way are you looking?
I was looking west from the tower,
Yeah, that's where I saw them too.
and it's like I've seen this before. I was going to bring this up, but every time I look at them, they go away. God, that's cool. And I can't make them appear again. Every once in a while.
Oh, I got one.
You got one what?
I got one little dot.
I like how the dynamite just bounced off your head.
Does it?
Yeah, I threw it at zombie and you ran in front of me and went boink.
Oh yeah, bounced back at me. It's funny. Oh, thanks for the screenshot. But anyways, the sound effects is that it's really unlikely that you would, even professional sound people that work on games don't sit in a room with like a bunch of tin cans and and a washboard and make sounds. Like the sounds come from somewhere. Back years ago, there was a people on Kickstarter that were making a very realistic set of gun sounds. And it was really amazing to watch what they went through to get this, is that they had to secure one of each weapon. They had to go to different locations and fire them at different locations to get the sounds, at different places, because you can't just like take a gunshot and apply like a reverb effect or something like that and make it sound right. So they, and it was really cool. I mean, out of it came like a really, really great gun sound library, which are some of the more difficult sounds to do actually because of that. But I mean, even when I worked on AAA games, we typically would share one sound guy across like, 3 projects, and they weren't sitting in a room crafting sound effects.
We need to have amazing sound though.
Yeah, no question.
That's a big thing for me. I can't remember who it was that told me, but some guy in my past told me it's like great sound is 3 polygons.
I don't understand that.
Well, it's like if you have a really well-crafted audio layer, it convinces you that there's more there than there really is.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
It adds to
Or the old nobody ever left a movie whistling the scenery.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. Are our trees glowing?
Yes. It's a side effect of DLSS. I have to look into it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of rendering issues. We're overflowing the amount of memory we're allotted, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that it's not.
Okay.
We'll do a pass on rendering bugs once other stuff is working.
Do we want to do subsurface, since we got Unreal, do we want to do subsurface scattering for the foliage?
I think that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the foliage shader.
If I turn off the DLSS, you can hit Control N and bring up the NVIDIA menu and turn off DLSS.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
I went to windowed mode when I did that for some reason, but
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, how do you get out of that?
Alt F11.
Okay.
Oh, that's a risky combo. Okay, that put me back to full screen, but I still got this dialogue.
There's a close in the lower right.
Everybody, okay, here's a good one. Everybody is so bent on anti-aliasing, but here's the reality of the situation. There's some bug with the NVIDIA menu right now. is that none of the options they all have trade-offs here. So I have DLSS running right now. DLSS is like the new NVIDIA things. Everybody hates TAA. Let's put on some TAA. I could understand that. But in these circumstances, the TAA, the trees are really glowing in this part. That's interesting. Doesn't look that bad. You gotta get to a place with water. I'm gonna fly out to the lagoon really fast.
Are we adding like emission on the tree material?
No.
Yeah,
there's something wrong with it. There's no question. It wasn't like that the whole time.
Yeah,
As
I don't think it's the DLSS breaking subsurface scattering. I think there's something else going on.
It's possible.
Maybe we should keep it for another biome and crank it up. Like a radioactive biome.
Yeah.
Have some, glowing stuff in there.
They kind of have like a halo on them. Like it's not like, unless you're talking about something different. Like they kind of have like a.
Yeah, that's what I see too. They have like a white washed out.
Yeah, like almost like it looks like snow is on them or something.
When the light is hitting them.
This is cool. You can see the translucent water materials up here. But here is a great example. If I start changing the settings here while I'm looking at the water. So it keeps turning it back on, which I think is so interesting. TAA, let's turn it off. Anti-aliasing off completely. I also have ray reconstruction off too. If you turn on ray reconstruction, every time there's some bug with this. The textures are swimming here with DLSS and ray reconstruction on. Although I really think that this actually probably is the way we'll ship. What you need here is just a little camera motion, like breathing, because as soon as you stop, you get artifacts. Not sure I'm seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing, but with DLS and ray reconstruction on, I want to see if we can get. Can I change the time of the server, or is anybody, or does it have to be the host?
I think I have to do it.
Could you bring us back to the daytime?
Yeah. Is it?
Whoa! Thank you so much for the donation. That's a big donation. Thank you for your hard work. CastleMiner Z and Avatar Paintball are iconic and made my childhood. I'm now a software engineer with Azure. Congratulations. Just a matter of time before I get laid off. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the donations. I attribute my inspiration to the great engineers like you guys. I appreciate that. Like that's a big donation. Very inspirational.
I just saw some funky time of day stuff.
Yeah, none of this is really. Let me see if I can go. Ray reconstruction on. No, that doesn't fix it. There's something going on with the trees.
Oh, I screwed up the sky too. Sorry.
You screwed up the sky.
I like the vibrance.
Yeah, it turns on this weird warning on the bottom.
Oh yeah, it did.
I don't really understand why. Like if it's a licensing issue or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Well, we don't need vibrance. We need the opposite of vibrance. We need doom and gloom.
Yeah, everybody's thanking the person with the donation. It was a $50 donation, so it's everybody's.
Oh, wow.
Everybody in the
That's awesome.
chat is thanking. I should probably give him a call out here. It's, Dom D. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody's talking about max player. Do you know what the max player count is? Is there like some hard limit that we're... I mean, anything we'd say now would not be true. Was there always water in the game? No. But everybody keeps asking about a max player count.
Don't know.
Yeah. Is there, is there not like a hard limit in...
I have not looked.
It'll be 1,000.
1024.
Tens of thousands, yeah.
Have we done final pass on shaders and PBR maps?
For the materials?
Yeah.
I don't think anything is final. Like, nobody's touched it in a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, we redid
Sometimes
all of
it's,
the voxels at one point a couple months ago, and kind of in a good place, but open to suggestions. So
Sometimes this gray rock, the common stuff that's visible to the surface, it looks good from most cardinal directions, but there's one cardinal direction for me, I guess when I'm looking west, that the surfaces look, not the surface, but the vertical looks metallic. Like it's reflecting too much.
yeah,
Almost
well,
like
it's just meant to have some rough, lower roughness, so you can see the contour of the, of the stone, and it does look a little bit wet, maybe, but not like overly so. But I don't know. I just like that it picks up specular highlights from the light and gives you a good sense of depth on it.
This was out of all the ones, there was so much debate about the rock texture.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to be true to the original game.
Well, it's pretty close, and I think it's actually a significant improvement on it. And it's almost like indistinguishably not, like from a tiling standpoint, looks really clean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
Top
using
down, looks
the
perfect.
4x4 textures for this too. So there's a
Right.
mixture. Yeah, and then it's getting that together with the ores was actually really challenging.
That's a
there's
really cool thing. It tiles over multiple voxels. I think that's pretty sweet.
Oh, your tower is here. Was it always here?
What tower?
Yeah, you're at 0.
No. The Duncan's tower,
Yeah. it's
Oh,
always-
yeah.
the light tower.
It's a point of interest.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that in a long time.
It's been in the game for a while.
Yeah. It's on the compass even.
Oh, that's what that. That's what that point of interest is. Okay.
Yeah, all points of interest spawn a little thing on your. Did you ever notice you could go into the waterfall underneath it?
That's pretty sweet.
There's a little secret room down here.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Wow. That's where the cool kids hang.
Someone, I hear the dynamite fizzing.
There's a bad right click.
Oh, that's interesting. I think it made one of the water blocks glow.
I'm getting untextured. One of the effects is untextured, like untextured blocks. Is anybody else seeing that?
Uh-uh.
I didn't see that. I'm trying to make the water glow right now.
It's weird to me that we would get that in a release build. Like right now, all those shards now are checkerboard to me.
Yeah, same here.
I don't see that.
I don't see it either.
That's disturbing.
What's checkerboarded?
The fragments, when it broke, the fragments were all checkerboarded.
Pay attention then. Let's take a look at these
Yeah, just
fragments.
watch the ground after it goes off.
Those are
Oh, yeah, I do
checkerboarded.
see checkerboards.
Okay, so the dirt, something's going on with the dirt. That's dirt. Dirt.
But it shouldn't be the same thing if we break it with the pickaxe.
Yeah.
No, I see it then.
All of them are dirt for me.
Yeah, just the explosion.
Yeah, the explosion caused it to be checkerboard.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
Um,
Are there plans for POIs around the world? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Was there always water in the game? No, there was not.
That's why we have the voxel model uploader, so that we can try out different points of interest.
Hey, somebody's here from Twitch. Are we? Can you see us on Twitch? Because earlier in the stream, we were saying that we were not visible on Twitch. This would explain my low Twitch following, if that was true. Like every week, I stream a black screen for 2 hours.
if you don't
It's
blow up
impressive that you have
water,
any followers.
It's what?
It's impressive then that you have any followers.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they like listening to your voice.
I'm gonna show up as some like internet
You
lore.
should do a
You know, this guy
podcast.
that pretends to make a game every week and streams a black screen.
so the problem is there's a setting wrong with how the explosions interact with water, and it's trying to make a shattered voxel of water, which is
Okay,
That's why I didn't see it.
cool. So we should be able to test this very easy.
Really blow up the water.
I like that we're in like a billion-kilometer world, but this little is so fun.
Yeah, I saw the water do the black body.
Oh yeah, the water probably shouldn't do the black body heat either.
There's the next
yeah.
slide.
There's something. That's a bug
What
somewhere.
we should have is like a huge effect, like a splash effect. You know that like. I'm afraid to say this stuff out loud.
There's a really cool effect on the water from the glowing shards of hot voxels. That's a weird sentence, but
Yeah. Almost sounds borderline suspicious, but
hot voxels, come get them.
hot voxels.
Hot voxels. We're hot boxing here. Somebody's asking if the lava does this too. Yeah, I would imagine the lava does it. Yeah, the lava should do something with the explosives. It should be like, you know, like throwing a watermelon in a deep fryer.
Oh, there's a whole cave underneath the whole monument thing.
Who's all the people working on the game, and what services do they provide? Everyone deserves recognition. Like whatever you guys are comfortable with, like here. So Twitch is a black screen, so people are watching me on a black screen on Twitch. I wonder what's going on there. This is coming straight out of Restream, so it's. Don't know. I'm streaming at 2K now, so I'm wondering if doing that screwed up Twitch.
As it turns out, night is really dark.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys want to introduce yourselves, or no? Or should I introduce you? I like how everybody's really quiet. It's like they're gonna start disconnecting.
Because no one wants to go first, you know?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, all right, I'll go first. My name is Heinz. I like to help with the art and make things more arty. And I've worked on a bunch of games over the last few decades, but Mech Assault, and Fear 3 are some big games I worked on. But a bunch of stuff with digital DNA. It's been super fun.
Okay. I mean, everybody's super aware of who I am because I've talked on here infinitely. So
I guess I can go next. My name's Duncan. Been in the industry almost 30 years. I'm kind of a designer slash developer, and I worked on things like Half-Life a long time ago, the Draken series, some PvZ stuff, and some FIFA stuff. So that's me. I'm almost in hell right now. I've just been going down these caves.
I guess that leaves me. I'm John. I've been around forever. And I do the hard technical stuff. So I figured out how to do basically everything that you're looking at, except for the stuff that Tom does so well. The terrain and, the where there's a mountain and how that amazing noise works.
John always did the heavy lifting. I always said that I called John when I had problems that I couldn't solve myself. So I started in the industry as a programmer, and I started the company in 2009. And both John and Heinz made games with me in those early years. John made CastleMiner. I guess the first one you helped me on was the Collision for Laser Wars.
I think it was Collision for Snowball one, wasn't it? Or was that
Snowball was just a skin of paintball, so it might have been paintball then. The Laser Wars was the first one that had a real BSP like collision thing.
Yeah.
That would be typical. I always said that like I would build out the skeleton and you would fill in the organs. That was like if it was a body, that would be the way to do it. But John has more experience in UE than any of us here. So John has been doing a majority of the programming on this right now. I started out making all the different parts of the games. I would say I am a very competent engineer and a C- artist. That's the thing. So if I'll stand in and do art if it's absolutely needed, but it's definitely not the thing I do the most. But I was saying to somebody recently about having people that have cross discipline and how beneficial that is to do that. People that do one thing good but dabble in other things, and I think most game developers in general are like that.
Especially our generation.
Yeah,
It's different nowadays, but back when we were learning this, you kind of had to do everything.
yeah. It was in the early days of games. There would be like 2 or 3 people teams. And I think that when I was making AAA games, I don't remember how big the Mech Warrior team was. It was like 10 of us or something like that. And now it's kind of ridiculous. But as the teams get bigger, people get more specialized and ironically less capable of making entire products. The really good thing about being cross-discipline is even if you're not doing the other person's job, you can appreciate it and understand the challenges that they're having. Where when people are too siloed, you start having trouble with team dynamics, I think. I don't know. At least that's my opinion. There's also, we started making games at a time when we were discovering everything. Like there was a time period where people didn't know how to make games, and every game was sort of like a research project into new technology. Where that's kind of gone away. There was an article I was reading about this recently where they said like the era of that was kind of over with, and I thought that was an interesting perception.
How do I teleport myself back to the surface?
don't think we have that.
Mhm.
You can middle click your way up though.
Middle click?
Yeah, if you middle click the mouse, it removes a block.
How did I not know about the middle click? Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, middle click has been. Look at the ores down here. The ores look so cool. Is the Hell Lord guy coming back yet? Oh, totally. Somebody's asking if you made any of the mechs. It was Mech Warrior. You didn't work. Oh, did you work on Mech Assault?
Yeah, so I was pretty involved with Mech Assault 1. This was basically all the work we did to transfer our stuff from Mech 4 to those guys in Chicago at day one. And
oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Mech Warrior 4 series was like, we shipped Christmas of 2000. I think Mech Assault came out in 2002 when the Xbox. It was the first big Xbox Live game, and I think what's something that people forget is that Xbox Live was nothing because Halo 2 had slipped for a year, so they couldn't launch on Xbox Live. So Mech Assault became sort of the main sort of featured game for Live, and we had to figure out everything like from lobbies to the networking. Like day one, to their credit, had some really good talent, especially on networking and stuff. And so they really figured out a lot of stuff that made Xbox Live work, basically, and a lot of the infrastructure around it was built on that. So, of course, they told us they wanted that in February, and it was like a Christmas launch, right? So it was single player up until that point, and then became multiplayer in like 9 months. So it was a huge effort.
Oh, wow.
But super fun game to work on. And yeah, the mech stuff pretty much got killed off by Microsoft until, Piranha got a hold of it and started on the Mech Online stuff, and now they're kicking some ass with MechWarrior 5, so it's cool to see.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Somebody said here Mech Warrior was the first game they ever played.
It was certainly the one that got me into the games business, like MechWarrior 2 and X-Wing. Just like blew my mind.
Yeah,
so.
X-Wing was great. That game was... I get them confused. There were so many of them. I played, I think, all of them in that time period. But the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter was the one I think I remember the most.
Yeah, I literally have all the PC boxes still with the product in them from all the X-Wing games. It's like super into that stuff, even though the missions were super hard and linear.
Yeah.
But
I used to have a bunch of game boxes, but I only have a couple now.
I got rid of so many, but I still have kind of the ones that still like heavily influenced me.
I think I have the ones that were ours. Like I know I have a unopened Mech Warrior copy somewhere.
Yeah, right. I have an insane series of boxes. It's like cool. Mech Warrior Shrine, which is like everything we ever did. All the SKUs that came out, including like Japanese and stuff. Like, for some reason I hoarded all that.
Where do you put all that? Because there'd be so much stuff at this point. That's why I couldn't keep up with it. It was just so much. Like you needed a room.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's modestly built out, but it's probably like 7 or 8 giant cartons in my basement right now. I got to set it all up again.
Thank you for the donation, by the way. Spec Ops 3. Somebody said I should dab you up. That game was great. Somebody's asking if the original CastleMiner game. I'm so surprised that people want to see a remaster. I get this all the time of the original CastleMiner game. I think it'd be more likely like a version, a mode in this game. Have you guys played Fortress Craft? Yeah, me and the developer have talked many times. I don't think I've played it a little bit, but I don't think I've ever really sat down and played it. But I definitely DJ Arcus. I have spent a long time commuting with him. He's a great guy. He has a way to create your own bricks. Yeah, that game is into like really the level of creation that you can do in that game. Is really amazing, and he's redoing that game too. Fortress. I should plug that somewhere. Fortress Craft Phoenix, and he announced at the same time as us. It was totally unplanned. The weirdest thing ever is that we announced within like 30 minutes of each other on our Steam pages. So it's cool that they're coming back. The Murder Miner guys, J-Force, I've always talked to over the years. Really great game that they're working on a reboot too. Out of curiosity, did you need an XNA dev kit back then for the day of development on the Xbox, or how did the development life cycle look at that time? This is actually a really, really good question. XBLIG was so peak. You did not need a dev kit. There was a little app that you downloaded on your Xbox 360, and it hooked up with your computer over the network, and you just hit deploy in Visual Studio, and your game was on the Xbox. It was the slickest, most amazing thing ever. Your computer handled building and packaging all the content, and it just would deploy. Like, you would just literally hit like F5 in Visual Studio, and the game played on your Xbox. You didn't need anything to do that. You downloaded a little package for Visual Studio. I think you could use the community version, and I don't even think you needed. All I think you needed was like an Xbox Live membership or something to do that. And then to ship the games, you had to go through a peer.
You needed a creator's account.
You did need a creator's account. Okay, so the creator's account was $100 a year, or maybe it was just $100 once. I think it was just $100 once to get the account. I don't think it was a year. You just need to pay $100, and then you got to deploy onto the Xbox. So what happened was, this is an interesting story, is that when your game was done, you would put it up into this peer review system, and the other people who make games would vote on your games. And because I could talk about this forever, there was so much drama in that system, because essentially your competition was in deciding if your game would make it onto the Xbox or not. And as a result of it, people had different motivations on that system.
We're about to go through the Microsoft review process.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just, there was just a lot. It was like a soap opera. Like, I think it was equally as entertaining as making the games, was like sort of being involved in that community. With that said, that group was a really, really, like what Microsoft was trying to do. It was called originally like the creator community or something like that. And what was really great, they had really accomplished that. There was definitely a community there around, and it was at a time where it was like indie games were kind of like a new thing. It was a cool system. I miss it. Like, it was really neat. Thank you so much for the donation. Will the game be released by December as originally planned? My guess is no. I think that will probably slip into next year. But as soon as we have more information about that, I'll update that. Somebody's saying here XBLA is XBLA and XBLIG were two very, very different things. XBLA is Xbox Live Arcade, and those games were published through Microsoft. So you had to have a publishing agreement on XBLA. XBLIG was completely unmoderated. You could just put whatever you wanted up there as long as the community would vote on it. The dream of everybody in XBLIG was to get the XBLA contract. And there was a couple people that did that. But it was such a cool system. Like, you would put there, and there was a lot of downsides. I think that one of the things that was the hardest was if you put a game up, you had to wait 2 weeks. That was the worst thing ever. Like, you had to wait 2 weeks before another update could go through. And so if you shipped with a bug, that bug would have to stay up there for 2 weeks until you could ship again. Like on Steam, we could ship a build, every hour if we wanted to. But that was one of the downsides to that system. They would set a time limit. I wasn't there in the very early days to see why they had set up all those limits. Like there must have been some chaos that was going on.
All right, I just did something I'd never done before, which is to mine upward from hell back to the surface.
Did you make it?
Yeah, in a completely different part of the world. I'm not totally lost.
You can use the little yellow tick to find the tower
Oh,
on
nice.
the compass.
Or the water tower.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what that icon was. Somebody's talking
I'm
about
hosting, and the fan on my computer is so loud I can hardly hear you guys talking.
Really?
What kind of computer you got there?
It's an older one.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Pentium 2.
The compact Rosario.
Somebody's asking here, if I get accepted by Microsoft for the new CastleMiner, how are you going to be able to test the game and beta test since you need a developer account and a console? So I'm a member of the Microsoft Indie program. I have dev kits, although I think we need updated ones. They give you, once you get accepted to the program, they give you 2. I have to talk to them to see if they'll, we'll update the dev kits are from like 10 years ago. But yeah, like I've done all the things I need to do already a long time ago to be part of that program. We've never actually shipped anything on there. Looking through the TikTok comments, we have a lot. We have 1,500 people on TikTok right now. Is survival mode coded yet? No mode is coded yet. I think it's interesting to me that people don't. I totally understand it, that people don't know how video games are put together. I was given an analogy to somebody the other day that it's like walking in a construction area right now. Like if you went into a building that was under construction and there was, sort of open beams and wires hanging around. Like that's the place that we're at right now. I know that people look at the game and it looks done, but it's like, really not.
Yeah, it's really not. Speaking of construction, I think I just crashed myself.
Will you be able to use your Xbox avatar as a skin? No. So I get this question a lot. I think it's because people saw this in the game. I actually did some research on this very recently, and I found out that Microsoft completely discontinued the avatars in January of this year. And they actually gave people discounts for the stuff they bought for them, or refunds for the stuff they bought for them. So like Xbox avatars are like gone.
It's a cool time of day if you fly towards the sun.
What time of the day is it for you?
It is like late afternoon, sun low in the sky.
Yeah. It's really lighting up the trees.
I'm gonna try to crash myself again.
Did you actually crash?
Yeah, I have a feeling of what it is, but I just want to try to do it again.
So yeah, some people here are talking about the wish list count. Definitely the most important thing you can do right now. Go to the Steam page. Go to CastleMinerZ.com. Let me throw the link here in TikTok. And there's a link there to wish list the game. We're just over 55,000. We want to be at 100,000 before we ship. Yeah, go over there and do it. Doesn't cost you anything. Uh, drop us a wish list. It really helps us a lot right now. People want Steam controller support. A lot of this comes with Unreal, I would imagine.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just time too. Like,
All right. Let's see if I crashed. Yep, I did.
Yeah,
I
people
guess
are
that's not
saying
surprising.
they like the charm of the Xbox games. I thought the Avatar games. I thought the avatars were a cool thing. Made a lot of Avatar games. I don't think Microsoft ever intended for you to use them like that, though. I was looking at what the Avatar API was like recently, and the only API that exists is that you could basically generate like a little, like almost like a video of your avatar in like the corner of the screen or something. Like it was like a 2D thing. I think that was how they intended them to be used. Is that like, like you would have an icon of yourself that was moving and cheering, to represent you in a game, like that you wouldn't actually be put in the game as an avatar.
So, John, I got a crash for you, but I don't think it's important, probably.
okay,
A real player could never do this. But if you go to the bottom of the world and then use the developer mode to dig where you shouldn't be able to dig, you'll crash.
interesting. Cool.
Like basically, you just middle mouse button out of the bottom of the universe.
Yeah.
That
That
hard
shouldn't
locks
happen.
everything.
Somebody's saying they used to play with the RoboCop avatar. It's pretty cool.
Now I can't join back in. Let me see here. Might be Steam.
I'm racing down to the bottom of the world to crash the game.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long to get down there.
Not with the middle mouse, no.
Yeah. Oh, I see why I can't join. I still got a zombie version of the game.
Okay. We're rounding up the hour here, and we could stop if there's nothing more that we need out of this.
I'm good. It seems like it's
I
been
didn't
pretty
mean to do
clean.
it. Yeah, it seems great.
Yeah, it was super smooth.
Somebody's asking when the beta test is out. We're not there yet. So we haven't sent out any beta, so you haven't missed anything. Love this game in Avatar Paintball. Avatar Paintball was a big hit on XBLIG. People are saying Hell looks amazing. Hell, we did a lot of work on the previous streams on Hell. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna appreciate everybody dropping by. Definitely appreciate the donations. There's a lot of really generous donations during the stream here. I want to plug the website one more time before we go. If you go to CastleMinerZ.com, the Kickstarter, we said this in the beginning of the thing, we're about to launch the Kickstarter. So go to the Kickstarter link and follow us. I see a couple people did since the beginning of the stream, so that's good. This is probably going to go live here at some point soon. And like I was saying, is that this is really going to decide a lot of stuff for the game. So if you if you're not gonna donate to it, then like share it to your friends, because like we have a sort of lot riding on that. And if you go to CastleMinerZ.com, there's the link to Steam wishlist here. You can add to your wish list, and then you can do the beta sign up too, if you'd like. But I appreciate everybody. I'm going to drop out here with the trailer, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.